Hello, everyone. Hi, the world, everybody. I'm doing this because of a very famous person you all know, Ellen DeGeneres, and I'm a little upset, and I want people in the world to know about something that happened. My father, God rest his soul, he passed away in January 19, 2009, and we were on the Ellen DeGeneres show back in I think it was December 4th, 2006, and we were invited there for the Christmas giveaway, which was a big thing then. We'd been on the show before, to see the show a couple of times. So we were invited back, from doing a DVD for Screaming and Yelling for one of her shows back in the summer. And my father's never seen the show. He was 9 years old, God rest his soul, as I always say. And at 9, my father, he was a World War II veteran. He fought for 5 years in the war. He was quite the dynamic guy. He always had a smile on his face. He always loved people and everything. And he never saw a show like this before in his life. I think, at that age, that's quite amazing, But he was completely disabled, my father, and in a wheelchair. He can't walk, couldn't walk at all. And so we took him to the show. It was a long thing for him and very draining, but, he was excited to see it. And we got there, and, this guy, Ross Williams, who was I guess, the manager of the show, there was an area that, when you got into the show area, that was all blue tape for wheelchairs only. And there was one guy already there. And, Ross said, well, you know what, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to put the wheelchair in that designated area because of the wires for the cameras. It'll be in the way. So he said, you're going to have to carry your father 3 flights up into the audience, out of the wheelchair, and put him in a seat in the audience. Now, my father is kind of frail, and at that age, and I've had 4 heart attacks. I was with my partner, Armando, and our friend Alan, who was a lawyer, and this kind of went against all disability laws. I mean, he was there was a space for an area for disability, people with disabilities, and they kind of ignored it and just said, you know what, you got to drag him up into the audience. Well, to me that was against all the rules, but you know what, I'm not one to make a scene. I wanted to go along with the show, but as upset as we were, we carried my father up 3 flights into the audience, and that drained my father. I mean, it completely drained him. He was so upset that he couldn't even enjoy the show. And here we are for the first time for him to see a show like this, and it was a disaster. I call it the Ellen DeGeneres Disaster. And I don't know if Ellen ever knew what happened. I mean, for a long time I emailed Ross Williams and let him know what happened and tried to get response to him and said that I was going to get a lawyer against him and all. I never got any response at all in the sense of an apology or anything in that respect. And again, I don't think Ellen ever knew. I think if she knew, she would apologize and talk to me. But we went through the show. We left it. My father died in January. To that day, up to his death, he remembered that incident. His mind was very clear. And he was upset all these years, since 2006, of that incident. And you think that once that all these years I've been trying to get it across, and I'll have you know I put my blog on MySpace and on Facebook, and just to let people know, I just want them to know, since she's going to be the big star on American Idol and all, that, I think sometimes these celebrities get so big that they forget about apologizing to people and caring about other people. They just get so involved, they don't care anymore. And I'm reaching out to the world. I'm just reaching out to you guys. And I just want some kind of an apology. I mean, if it was your mother or father and they were in this position, wouldn't you feel the same way? I mean, I just want closure. And closure is really hard to get from people like this. And a lot of my, people have said, let it go. It was a long time ago, forget it. But you know what? It's hard to forget something like that when it affected you so closely and no one seemed to care. And I know this world can be cold at times, but I know there's a lot of people out there that also do care, and I'm hoping you'll see this video and maybe someone will know Ellen DeGeneres and get a hold of her and have her call me or email me or something so that I could get closure with this, so she could apologize nationally on television that it was the wrong thing that happened, that she does care about disabled people, and that someone like Ross Williams didn't give a damn, and just, never followed through on getting this resolved. Well, I want it resolved. I want closure. I want my father's name to be, I want him to hear it in heaven, wherever he is, that someone down here cared about that whole situation. And then, so I'm reaching out to the public. And it's funny, I live right here in Hollywood, California. She lives right up the street from me. And, not too far away. And, you think that this would have finally reached her by now with all my blogs and everything else, but nothing has. So, to someone like my father who was a veteran who, lived a good life and always was good with people, I just want someone to return the favor back to him and in his memory. So, if anyone out there, and I reach out to the whole darn planet, if you guys could, if anyone knows Ellen, have her get a hold of me and resolve this and give some closure to me, I would greatly appreciate it. It's hard, when something like this happens, and you never forget it. And it would mean a lot if this could be closed. So, again, anyone out there that can help. This is my first time on YouTube, and I hope I've touched some hearts out there, and that someone will care and get back to me, and or get back to Ellen DeGeneres, and hopefully this will be closed someday, soon, I hope. So thank you for listening, and thank you for being part of my video, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you again. Bye-bye.